right, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first off, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash.
double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. As always, peace and salutations to the elect. All right, we're the brothers from the Great Millstone Dallas camp coming back at you on another Friday to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, known as Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon, according to the book of Revelations. All right, and let you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the true chosen of Israel. All right, you're God's chosen people, and that salvation, all right, is for you and you only. All right. And this thing is not based upon the skin color as well, because our people have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, man. You see, and with our people being scattered, all right, we've mixed and mingled among the heathen nations, all right, and the men of our nation had children, all right, with the daughters of the other nations, therefore bringing forth other Israelites, all right, who may look like actual heathen nations, but their spirit goes back unto one of these progenitors on the sign, man. You see? So skin color ain't got nothing to do with it, man. This is a spiritual thing, man. Okay? All right, we in the last days. It's clear to see. All right, everything is going on while America is continuing, while people are going to basketball games, while people are so eager for the weekend to go out and have, walk downtown and have something to eat. You know what I'm saying? The world is going to shit. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So people try to ask, oh, where's your lineage? According to the law, you're supposed to have the lineage of your fathers to be able to prove that you from the nation of Israel, like you say. And guess what? This is a faith-based thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when Yahushua came on the scene, all right, he opened this thing up to those who believe in him. And guess what? The only ones who are capable of that are those who are who have the spirit, okay, of Yahweh dwelling within them. Because what did Yahushua say? I believe that's in John the 6th chapter, where he said that the Most High is a spirit, or is that chapter 4?
It's about John 6 about the spirit and quickening.
They which worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Yep.
You know, that could be chapter 4. But yeah, that's what he said. All right, because ultimately this is about having faith in the Lord, man. Okay. Yeah, that was it.
You got something about it? I got this real quick. This is John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, they are life. So this is a spiritual thing that we entered into. We don't need no records. We got the records right here in the Bible because the Lord set it up that way. Because man was going to come up with some DNA type crap to try to find your lineage.
Exactly.
But you can't do that with the spirit. Right? You can't tap into the spirit unless the Lord allow you to tap into the spirit. See? So the spirit is what makes you alive when you start to understand and see through the spiritual lens that we are those people that the Bible speaks of, man. Right. There's indicators throughout the Bible to let you know that if you're looking at it through a spiritual lens.
Yeah. I got it, the one I was talking about. It's St. John 4 and 24. It says, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you don't have this truth, man, this thing of ours, all right, the spirit of Yahweh, all right, supping with you. If you're not washed by the water of the word, okay, if you're not renewed in your spirit, then you're not going to be able to teach this, this song, man. This, to sing this new song. That's only for the elect, 144,000.
That's right. I'm going to finish precept real quick.
And on that note, man, when it comes to salvation, okay, because that's another thing that this devil wants to obscure, all right, from the vision and from the minds of our people is the way that we're going to be delivered up out of this place.
Right.
Okay. Talking about the chariot. So I want to get that real quick. All right. That's mentions this here in Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 4. All right. It says, for thus hath the Lord Yahweh spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice. All right, think about that scene. You got a young lion, like, a Mufasa or, a Simba, basically not being afraid of, maybe you got a handful of shepherds trying to fend them off. That lion ain't gonna fear 3 or 4 men.
Right.
Okay, he gonna protect his his territory, right? All right, that's how the Lord gonna be protecting his woman. Okay,
Right.
Continuing on in verse 4, it says, "He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord Yahweh of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof." You see, that's what the Lord, he gonna come and vindicate us, man. All right, that's what we have faith in. And it's gonna be through them chariots.
Right.
Okay.
Got something too. All right, this Isaiah, back your point up. Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was just reading.
okay, damn, that was
No, that's the next verse. Go ahead. That's
Right. Isaiah 31:5, it says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
You see? So like a bird flying over your head. Now we got airplanes now, all right? But 100+ years ago, we didn't have that. Okay? So the chariots of the Lord really is the way that the Lord is going to deliver Israel, man. All right, it says as birds flying. Okay, he will defend Jerusalem. And it's not the first time that the chariots have defended Israel, man. Okay, it's happened various different times during the book of Exodus. Okay, the Lord sent angels during the time of the Assyrian Empire, all right, to destroy the heathen nations. Okay, even when we was wandering in the wilderness for those 40 years, the chariots of the Lord was present. Okay, so we got to tap into that spirit, man. All right, we got to believe that we were, the descendants of those people.
Right. Hey, and when you look at the history, just to back your point, when you look at the history, the Lord always, all right, those chariots were always a part of the army of Israel. Just back to the point of, they would always go out. David wrote songs about it when you read in 2 Samuel about the chariots going before him. You know what I'm saying? And scattering the enemies. You see, that's gonna happen once again in these times, man. Right. Just to back, I want to get that word for preserve, bro. In that verse, Isaiah 31:5, that word for shall preserve. It's Strong's 44:22. Malat. Is it Malat? Malat. It says Malat. All right, but when it says to slip away, to escape, to save, to be delivered, it says. But when you go down into the Strong's definition, it says to release, to rescue, to emit sparks. So those chariots are gonna be shooting out sparks. Hey, David talked about that, man. See, David talked about how the chariots were blasting the enemies, man. You see, these same vehicles, it's gonna be we're gonna have an aerial defense. Right. You know what I'm saying, for the elect, man. Yahweh Shah promised what? Yahweh Shah promised deliverance and protection. Psalms 91. You see, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. The Lord's gonna guide His elect. You see, through these perilous times, man. So when danger comes the elect way, you best believe divine intervention is going to be right there to protect the elect, man. Right. See, my servant shall eat. We don't know how, but we don't know how we're going to eat in the times that we're coming into. But the Lord said we're going to eat. Somebody got to eat in order to be delivered, man. Right. You see what you got there, bro?
Matthew 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect.
Right. Going into the deliverance, man. You see, so the Lord, these angels are going to be a part of the elect's journey, all right, especially during these end times, when the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. These angels going to be amongst the elect, wherever they are on the four corners of the earth, man. Yep. You see, leading all the way up, and stepping in when need be, bringing, making situations happen for the elect, and get them out of danger, to bring food their way. You see, to play on the minds of these people who got the image. The Lord may put the spirit on a nigga who got the mark to give you some food, man. Yep. See, the Lord can change the countenance of he controls the people. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all kind of ways that the Lord is going to preserve His elect in these times, man.
That's right.
I got this. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him. All right, because that's what ultimately is going to happen. Okay, if we're not protected by the Lord, it's going to be like an overflowing flood, trying to, trample us and drown us, man,
Right.
of the enemies, because our enemies, we are in the hand of our enemies right now. Okay, right now the sword of the Lord, which is the wicked, that talk about that in Psalms 17, right? The sword of the Lord, all right, is being used ultimately to chastise Israel, including the elect.
Right.
Okay, so but guess what? It says again, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So what's that standard? Ultimately, Yahweh Shai. He's gonna come in and deliver, all right, his elect, man.
That's right.
Okay, and it's gonna be to the preservation of those who stood stiffly for his name, all right, and to the destruction of those who persecute us.
Right. I got it. Man, can you read that one more time, bro?
Come on. Yep, this is because the precept to this is in Revelation 12 and 15, where it talk about the serpent coming in like like a flood. You know what I mean? But this is Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun." Okay, because the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So from like they say, sea to shining sea, coast to coast. It says in the middle of verse 19, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall lift up a standard against him.
Right, and that standard, when you go into that word standard, it means basically a way to escape. You see, or to disappear. You see, the Lord is going. It's all kind of ways that the Lord is going to step in for his elect, man. You see, even when you go into the like it said, they shall fear the name of the Lord. It said, but even before that standard will be lifted, they're going to fear the name of the Lord, showing you that in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, things, miraculous things are going to be taking place on the earth. That when people hear that name being spoken, especially by a particular man, because even though you got some Israelites who know the name, they're not going. That name is not going. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna get no protection when they call upon that name, man. Right. It's only a remnant who's actually you know what I'm saying, doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That when they call upon the Lord is gonna actually hear them, man. The Lord is gonna step in. So when these men, all right, call upon the name of the Lord, fear is gonna fall upon these people, man, because they know that wow, shit, something about to happen. Some divine, godly is about to take place, man. Right. From these men speaking that name, it's already happening, man. You see, it's just going to intensify as we continue to get closer until the deliverance out of this second Egypt, man. That's something.
I got that word.
Got that word?
Yeah, I got the word. Yeah, that word for standard in Isaiah 59 and 19 is nawas. Okay, it says to flee, escape. Okay, also to put to flight, and that's really the definition there, because when you go down to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, and you get that specific instant where it mentions that, all right, that word in the actual verse is nawasas. Okay, it says a confined stream, okay, which the wind of the Most High impels. All right, like to impel. So basically, the Lord is gonna impel the winds. He's gonna make shit shake up in the heavens. To where that standard gets lifted up against him, man. Okay, basically puts a flight. Okay, even when you read in the other one, what's it called? Where it talks about the outline of biblical usage, the Brown Driver Briggs lexicon. Okay, if you go to this one, it says the breath of the Most High will drive at it or drive it on. Basically, gonna get blown away. Okay, so that's that word for standard. Which in isn't that that word nawas? Is that I feel like that comes up in other scriptures like Isaiah 11. I'm gonna double check and look.
Right.
See what all it comes up, but you gotta go.
But even when you go into that word, like I said, the spirit of the Lord, when you go into that word spirit, all right, one of the definitions is imparting a warlike energy, man. So the Lord, you're gonna have a particular man, just like our forefathers, like David and his mighty man, Samson, the judges, You know what I'm saying? The Lord turned the spirit up in these men to where these men, or a small group of these men, were taking out whole armies, man. Taking out thousands of dudes, man. Just look at Gideon with 300, took out thousands of men.
Yeah.
David and his mighty man. Single man by themselves killing 800 men by itself. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 men. David killing 10,000. You see? That's warlike. That's spiritual power right there, man. For a man to kill, you know what I'm saying, 800 men by itself.
And then they believed over a wall.
Right.
That wall wasn't short.
Right. Yeah. Them ancient walls, them ancient world walls, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the power that we dealing with, man. You know what I'm saying? And this warlike energy is going to be imparted on this man. You see, because you got to remember that the Lord is raising up a spiritual army, man.
Yeah.
You see, right now we worms, man.
Right.
You see, now ain't the time for us to do anything. You see, the Lord is going when the Lord sees fit. That's when he's gonna turn the spirit up in this man, and you gonna know in that time, man.
Right.
You gonna know in that time when the Lord put the spirit on you, man. You see, when Esau coming in and getting ready to kick away, hey, these laws being put in place, bro. They about to start coming down on the prophets, bro.
Yeah.
They about to start. Hey, man. Hey, this shit ain't being done for nothing, man. This is all fulfilling prophecy. And with seeing this stuff, it should encourage your spirit, man, to stay in this thing, to keep pushing. But I want to see that power. I want to see that take place. Shit, I want to be a part of it.
Right.
I want the Lord to give me some powers, man, so I can get busy on these niggas, man. You know.
Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord said to be still, man, to have patience and wait upon him. So when the Lord tell you to be still, and you get endowed with the spiritual power, the heathens gonna know, like he says, I will be exalted in the earth through his men. Also, the chariots with the Hawashai and the angels coming back at the same time. Man.
Right.
This is something that's happening in our culture, man. This is our history. We should be delighted to get into this, man, because we're the one that fell away from it. So now it's best for you to get back into this, man.
Right. So the exalting of the Lord starts with his men to exalt his name.
Yep.
So you're presented by the men of the Lord who presents the Lord. Then from there, the Lord performs his mighty work. So that's what we're doing now. We're letting our people know what's about to happen, but the Lord is getting ready to present his mighty work as he done in the ancient time. Never forget, that was Alashaya, terrible demon-like power that the Lord used to present. That's why they feared after when we came up out of Egypt. That's why Rahab the harlot, when we came, she said she heard about the God of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That fear came upon them. And see, now, like you say, they don't have fear of the Lord in these days. Because what Esau tried to downplay the Lord. That's why he wanted to be like the Most High. But that's about to change, because you see what the Lord, the things that are happening now. This is what it says in Evil in the City. The Lord has not done it. The Lord performed these things, or he allowed these things to happen.
Man, right. You read about that. Even with David, when David was lamenting Jonathan, you know what I'm saying, and Saul being killed, what did he say? He said they were swifter than eagles, stronger than lions. Bro, you look at a nature documentary right now, it'll tell you a male lion, one swipe can knock your fucking head off your shoulders, man.
Right.
These were men, you see?
Yeah,
So
bite strength, jaw strength can easily crush bones of animals that weigh 10 times more than you.
Right.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Look at now Eleazar, I think it's Eleazar, 2 Samuel, when he said he struck down the enemies in his hand with his hand cleaved to the sword. He struck down many of them.
And he became one.
He became one with it. You know? It's like a movie, I know that it's called King Arthur or something, where when he put his both hands on his sword, he came to he was in that song. You see him, he basically killed 50 men.
bro. And he had to be moving like that, bro.
Yeah.
They wasn't just standing in line. All right, you next. You know what I'm saying? No, he had to be moving so fast that these dudes was going in slow motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For a man to kill 800 men like that, come on, bro.
Boy, that like Flash.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's coming, man. You think this shit that Esau and the Lord put the spirit on Esau to make these particular movies for our sake, man, for the elect's sake, bro.
Right.
You see? Because we read about it. We the only one who can tie those movies to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
Where you think Esau got them from, man? Esau ain't just a smart nigga who just come up with ideas, man.
Yeah.
No, Esau get everything from the scriptures, bro.
With Superman, KLF. You know, that's Hebrew.
Yeah.
You know, that's who he got it from. He got it from what? He got it from the scripture. He know what Esau know what he does, but see, he'll put it in front of you and say, "I created this." No, he got it from a source.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, bro.
Uh,
Keep in mind, the priest I not had read that about in Isaiah 59:19 about that standard being lifted. Okay, when the standard is lifted, this lets you know it's gonna put the man of the Lord on a godly level in fleshly bodies, bro.
Right.
You see, Esau, hey, this gonna happen. It's gonna have to be that the Lord is gonna have to step in, bro. These niggas is talking about making super soldiers. These niggas got robots, drones. You see, the Lord is gonna have to turn his man up, man.
Right.
How shall I say it, man? And none of the power of the enemy shall hurt thee, man. You see, what does that mean, bro? Look at the power that Esau has cornerly on this side, bro.
Right.
The weaponry, his military might. You know what I'm saying? The weapons, the microwave weapon, the sound weapons, all this shit, bro. How shall I say it? None of that shit is gonna hurt his elect, man. You know?
Great, they got that from Esau. All the materials to make that come from the earth.
Right.
No?
Right.
So Isaiah 41, starting verse 10, it says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness."
Right. That right hand, like the brother said earlier, was Yahweh shot. Right. You see, keep going.
Verse 11, "Behold,
This is the point.
all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed, be confounded. They shall be as nothing.
Mm.
And they that strive with thee shall perish."
Right. They shall be as nothing. When you go into this word nothing, Strong's H 369, it's anyan. It says nothing, to be not, to have not, or to lack. You see, but at one point in time, a couple of years ago, man, this is how we know that Esau is going into the script. He's going into the blue letter and changing the words because of the Israelites, man.
Right.
At one point in time, I remember the brothers, the preacher had did a video on it, man. That when you a couple of years ago, when you went into that word nothing in Isaiah 41:11, it literally said they will be as mortal men.
Yeah.
So if they gonna be like mortal man, what is the elect gonna be like? Gods, man.
Right.
They're gonna have God-like power, bro. You see, that's gonna take place, man. That's how we know Esau is going in, and all these update the blue letter. You gotta update all these fucking because he's going in and he's changing shit up, man. He's trying to conceal the truth, but it's already out there, bro. You're not gonna waver the elect on believing what the scriptures say, man. You see? At the end of the day, spiritual powers is coming, and nigga, when you try to come in like a flood, when you bring all that shit that you got, all that power that the Lord gave you on the left-hand side, when you bring that in, the Lord is gonna show you that the right hand is stronger, man.
Read that again. It's Isaiah 41 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish."
Right, they're gonna perish, man. Keep going.
Verse 12, "Thou shalt seek them, thou shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing."
Right. And you got that saying in the world, you getting down with a nigga and you know you got him. And nigga, you ain't nothing.
Right.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't nothing, man. You ain't nothing. You're not gonna be nothing for the elect when the Lord turn those spirits up, man.
That's right. I got you. Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 28. It says, "Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, Yahweh, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary?" See, you can't outdo the Most High. Okay, he sets up, like the scripture saying, Daniel, the basis of men. All right, whoever he wants to rule at a particular point in time, he's gonna let them rule. Okay, and that's just the will of the Lord. Okay, it says, "There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases strength." Who's those that have no might? Us in his flesh. We don't have no strength. We don't have no might. Physically, in the spirit, that's what we get that's what we have the power with, man.
Right.
You know?
That word powerful.
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah, come on. You got the word already?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So this is that word power. in Isaiah 40 and was it 29?
Yes, verse 29. Yes.
Okay, God, it's Strong's H3581. Ha, right?
It's like ka, and then cha. Yeah.
God. It says strength, power. It says human strength. It says strength of angels, power of God, strength of animals. You see?
Straight.
Of the animals.
Right.
Yeah.
Because baboons, how strong is a baboon or gorilla compared to a human?
Right.
Like 10 times stronger?
Yeah.
That an exaggeration?
Yeah.
But at that time, we're gonna get that type of power.
Like I say, you saw that gorilla grabbed that. It's a video where a gorilla grabbed a man by his ankle. He was running with him, and it was just like he was nothing, like a bag or something. He was just running with him, he was moving like he wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Definitely sitting back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There was a trend last year. I think it was 100 men versus an ape,
Right.
whatever. The fact that that's even an argument,
Yeah, like
like people wasn't trying it, but it was like a hypothetical like thought experiment. Like who would win, 100 men versus a silverback gorilla?
Right.
You know, because animals, not just gorillas, but they, animals have spiritual power, man.
Yeah. Right.
strength, stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? They're able to hold their breath for an hour and shit, to hibernate, like different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Birds can fly, like, you know what I mean?
Damn.
So geckos can crawl up the side of vertical walls and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, animals have. That's why they got Animal Planet. That shit's like real life superhero stuff.
Right.
See, like I say, we just read in Isaiah 41, like they're going to be nothing compared to in these times what the elect. And you read in Isaiah 40, we go up to verse 15, it said these other nations like a drop in the bucket, meaning they're nothing. So when their standard is lifted, then the other nations still going to be what? Like it's nothing to the Lord.
Right.
You know, Second Ezra 6 goes into that as well.
Yep.
You know, they're going to be nothing, and he's going to lift the standard. We're going to be like angelical power.
Man.
You know, and then like I say, that's going to be the Lord is going to be preparing us what to receive those bodies, those incorruptible crown. All right, then, as we go and we continue, we'll be changed to the twinkling of an eye. But the Lord is going to show that power before we can get to that thing.
Bro. Hey, I'm gonna go to the lexicon. Yeah. When you go down to the Hebrew lexicon for that word power, when you go down to number 2, it says the ability or power of doing anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything, bro. Like the brother, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, the animals, all these particular, each animal has its own spiritual power, but the elect is not gonna be limited to one. The elect is gonna have it all.
Yeah.
Lord willing, I'm part of that number of brothers are. You know what I'm saying? The elect is gonna have it all, bro.
Yeah.
So when Esau tried to come into the flood, hey, bro, look, this nigga got fucking humanoids that can run for hours, bro. You can't outrun that shit, man. Eventually, you gonna get tired. So the Lord, like the brother read, the Lord is gonna have to put that spirit in you, man.
Yep.
When the brother gonna keep going, it's gonna say that.
Yep. Continuing on in verse 30, it says, Isaiah 40 and 30, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You see, like you said, bro, basically immunity, all right, to any type of fatigue. All right, we're gonna have resistance to the elements. Like, ultimately we're gonna be, like it says, the house of David shall be as God.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be, you know what I mean? Of course, eternal life. You know what I mean? We're not gonna be able to be susceptible to harm. All right, that's one of the blessings that pertain to Israel.
Right. Okay. I want to get this word for renew quick. That word renew is Strong's H2498. Salah. It says to pass on. And when you go down, it says to change, to substitute, to alter, to change for better, or to renew. You see? So like it said, man, it says to alter. The Lord is going to alter, all right, the spirits in the elect, man. He's going to turn it up to the point to where these men are going to be able to do things that would never seem on the earth. Which David was bad. His mighty man was a bad man, bro. Yeah. That wasn't nothing to be played with, man. Yeah. That's why, like the brother got the precept because you had quoted about the house of David, bro. You see? So what the Lord is going to do for the house, because the house of David is being erected once again, man. You see, the Lord is building up the house of David as in the days of old, and it's starting right here, man, with this word going out, with the northern and southern kingdom coming back together under Yahushua. All right, through this ministry, the house of David is being raised up.
Yep.
All right, and then in these times that we coming into, power is going to be endowed unto those men.
Amos 9 and 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old.
Right, he's going to build it in the days of old, and we're seeing that now. It's starting right here, man.
Yep.
That stick being put back together. You got the northern and the southern kingdom coming together, man. All right, that envy is that envy is getting put out, it's leaving. You seeing the Lord is making us a nation, right? A nation, just like he did with our people in Egypt. He built up our forefathers, and he built up a nation in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, man. And then what? Deliverance came to what the Lord had to deliver him out of that place, man. The Lord is building up a nation again. Because our people are in ruins, man. Our people are destroyed in this place, man. You see, like the scriptures say, if it wasn't for the remnant, all right, we would have been as Sodom and as Gomorrah, roughly paraphrased, man. Right, straight up, bro. Our people,
One way. Basically, going to have we destroyed our temple, our sins.
man.
That's what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. It was more overtly with sexual deviancy, but that runs rampant here in Babylon the Great. Our people are sexual deviants.
Right.
They got all type of spirits on them. Bug that they goddamn mind. They done did it all and done it all.
God.
And they're raising that, like I said, tabernacle of David. Think of the days of old. Look what happened when he subdued his enemy. Right? What happened when he subdued his enemy? It was 40 years of peace. You know? We ain't seen peace like that. We came together, as we mentioned about the two sticks coming together, but we just had that 40 years of peace, of being a true kingdom. That was just a prelude to what's to come. That's going to be a kingdom that's going to be reigned forever and ever. That's why I say Yahushua is going to sit on the throne of David. All right, we know who sat on the throne of David after King David, King Solomon. All right, and we know through the Spirit who that is, that is Yahushua. So it's nothing new under the sun, but yet this time around, we're at the end of the heathen rulership, going into Daniel 2. Now, after the end of rulership, we're going to have what? That forever and ever kingdom. Let's go to Isaiah 9. The government that's not going to be no end.
Yes, I'm not.
No, I had that quick, but I can get it real quick. Yeah, it's Proverbs 18 and 10. It says, the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So that's the catalyst right there. That's the way that we're going to be able to strengthen our relationship with the Lord. It starts with knowing his name, okay? Which the name of the Lord doesn't get pushed enough, even amongst Israelites that say that they have the truth and they're teaching the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? The name of the Lord, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and his Son, Yahushua. All right, those names don't get pushed enough, man.
Right.
Okay, but they're gonna, well, like Scripture say in Proverbs, the first chapter, in their affliction they shall seek me early. You see, people are gonna be trying to, get in good with the Lord when it's too late.
Right.
Okay, y'all got it.
Let's start Amos 9 at the end of verse 11 and going into verse 12. We're going to that name. It says, and I will build it as the days of old, going into the tabernacle of David. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathens which are called by my name, said the Lord, that do this. All right. So when we like say come together and the Lord come and subdue his enemy, what? We're going to rule them with a rod of iron. So we're going to have, it's going to be slaves in the kingdom, like it or not. Thus said the Lord. So like I said, we're going to get set for rulership. When you rule something, you got to have something to have rulership over. All right?
That's right.
You got to have subject, and we're going to have that.
Esau knows that.
Yeah, Esau knows that. Hell, he do it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're subject to this place. We're subject to payment whatever we do. So so we get prepared for the kingdom of heaven. But like I said, we do have to go through the fiery trial, but we knowing what? We got one up because, as it says, the curse is getting changed over. It's coming to 180. And Esau sees that. That's why the enemy gonna come down and come like a great flood. That's what is coming down when it says in Revelation 12.
Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried.
Hey, like I say, that's why he's setting up these all these buildings that he's putting together. These the camps, if I would say, they're setting these things up. That's why you see these abandoned buildings now. They they put the fences with the razor wire around them and everything. That is not just because they're going to put something in. No, they're going to put something in there, but it's going to be what? It's going to be people.
Yep.
All right, that's what they're doing.
Trying to start one in Wilma Hutchins. They had a proposal that was basically they were trying to house people in that area that was going to a warehouse to basically a giant group home, if you will. Okay, right, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People for illegal immigrants. We know that they're going to use that for the people, right? Well, homelessness is about to increase at a substantial rate because of AI, because of these wars, because the cost of business is going to increase.
Yep.
So they got a place where they're going to house a lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? I can see them using it as a way to, introduce that chip and also to unalive people.
Yeah. Remember some years ago in Chicago, they had those blackout places and blackout buildings, the blackout zone. They would carry people over there. They wouldn't, put, how when you go in to like jail or something, or they put you on record, they weren't doing no records or anything. They would take you to these blackout sites. And they would go tell them what they were doing. Yeah, some people said they'll go in there, question you, and then, just put you out, but it was no record of it. Get close to it, they would basically stop you. So that's what they're setting up for. All right, that's why I say never trust our enemy. Look what DJ Trump is doing. Like I said, he's setting up for these Alcatraz. He's talking about setting up these buildings.
Right.
Why is he doing that? All right, that's why they call it a domestic terrorist. And the brother went into that. What is that called?
The MP SM-7.
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
7. All right, that's basically saying that they're setting up for domestic terrorists. So anything you're doing, and when you look at the categories for being considered that,
It's anti-Americanism.
yeah, anything.
That's us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So a lot of people they gonna be thrown into these prisons. And these prisons ain't gonna look like how we think. A lot of them gonna be holding system people to become unemployed due to the increase in cost of living. This is coming, brothers. Listen to what we're saying now. Brothers, you understand what we're saying.
Right.
Homelessness is about to increase at a substantial rate very quickly. People are already living off of paycheck to paycheck. When that money, when it becomes more expensive to live out here, people are about to be in some serious trouble, bro.
Dire straits.
Right. They're already trying to make certain warehouses, things that nature, the group home, things that nature, the house people. They know what time it is too. People are losing their jobs at a very substantial rate because of a very substantial rate because of AI. Yeah, the price of a living is about to increase, but it's not just going to be just gas.
Right.
Everything that you see abroad is going to be substantially more expensive. Just know that. Understand that, bro. Things are about to start moving very quick in the next few months. This ain't going to go how you think it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you're not paying attention. Right? So when the scriptures say that many people are going to be thrown into prison, right? People are going to have to be housed at an exponential rate because of the transition that we're seeing from AI, from traditional way of doing business or commerce or the way of life is being changed to digital.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to get lost in between.
Right. Yep.
Okay?
I got you.
So the scriptures going to be thrown into, the scriptures say people will be thrown into prison These prisons are going to look different than what the quintessential prison that we're thinking of.
Right.
Now, someone's going to be part on trial. Someone might be taken to these re-education camps.
Yep.
That's going to be mixed in with, I don't know, these homelessness camps. You know?
Real talk.
Just want to get something real quick. In the NLT, this is Acts 11 and 27. All right, it says, during this time, it's going into famine, you know. During this time, some prophets traveled from Jerusalem to Antioch, and this is in the NLT. It says, one of them named Agabus stood up.
I'm sorry.
Yep. One of them named Agabus stood up in one of the meetings and predicted by the Spirit that a great famine was coming upon the entire Roman world.
Yep.
It says
during Claudius Caesar.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Which there were several famines that took place. You know. And I had a chat speaking of this last week. And Ananias and Sapphira, that's me. Those two, that couple was murdered for not giving the right amount to the church. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, all that was during the reign of Claudius Caesar. Go ahead, Al.
Yep. It says this was fulfilled during the reign of Claudius. All right. Verse 29. It says, so the believers in Antioch decided to send relief to the brothers and sisters in Judea, everyone giving as much as they could.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to be having to lean on each other, man. Like, it's going to get real. You know what I mean? Certain brothers, like, so maybe you might have certain parts of of Babylon, you know, the U.S. that may not be hit as hard. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Things might still be manageable, but they're going to have to help the brothers that's going through shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. You know? So it, like you said, like the elder said, it already happened during the time of Acts. Okay?
Right.
What make you think? Well, we say it all the time. We're living in the time of Acts.
Yeah.
Okay?
Acts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, y'all got it.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people that don't take on like these women that move to different states, trying to find themselves. They supposed to be straight, bro. A lot of people had to have the option of, do you come stay in this warehouse?
Okay.
We ain't got nowhere to go. They gonna have a B-star celebrity advertising it.
Damn.
And they're gonna be paying rent in pink, as they say.
Right. Damn.
y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Before they crash this joker, a lot
Right.
of women gonna get their ass over down.
Man.
A lot of these hoes gonna get stepped on.
Sad.
The top notch gonna get the most, not the less.
Right. This is gonna be itching for that 40 then. Like, yeah, you tell 40 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too low. They gonna want that 40 then.
Yeah, 300.
Right. Take this 40 and shut up.
Next thing you have somebody be this area, they'll open. Come to this shelter. We know you're needing this help.
Yeah, like Lizzie
Yeah.
Lohan or somebody.
Yeah,
Damn. Uh-oh.
I love this place.
it helped me.
It's gone.
Right.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Man.
And a lot of people like, you know what? A lot to themselves. I'm doing a lot better. You know, I got a house. I got a room. I'm only paying $750. I got friends. Like, bitch, a lot of that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they go right there to you got them the same asylum.
Man. Shit. That's more than that I know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that was it.
All right, well, you can go back to this. Revelations 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Man. Hey, that was going into the church of Smyrna. See, when you look up what was going on with Smyrna, there was a material there was a poverty, man. You see, because that particular in these particular cities, in order for you to conduct business and make a living, you would have to be a part of these trade guilds. You know what I'm saying? Which ultimately, if you were a part of them, and there was a city that was big on emperor worship. So you had to bow that, you had to offer incense on the altar and say Caesar is Lord. All right. And they would literally, look it up, they would literally give you a certificate to show that you was faithful unto Rome. You would get a certificate for it. What you think that new certificate gonna be, man? That MOTB. You see? So when you look at this church was going through it. That's why Yahweh Shah told them, I know thy poverty and you know thy tribulation, but thou art rich. Why? Because they had the spirit. Even though they was going through that hardship, you know what I'm saying? They was rich in the spirit. Right. And the Lord encouraged them. That was one of the only churches besides the Church of Philadelphia who didn't get rebuked. You know what I'm saying? Or get you know what I'm saying? What they call like exhorted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, they was going through it, man. You see? During that time, that's why the Lord said he talked about the I know them that say they're Jews and are not, because you had the people, you had Jews who was turning the so-called Christians in, the believers of Yahweh Shah in, man. They had a thing when you look it up called the 10%ers, which these people would go turn the followers of Yahweh Shah in, and when they turn them in, they would get 10% of their possessions. So yeah, bro. So if a person, all right, yeah, I want that shit. Yeah, they'll go turn them in. So now they'll take 10%. They'll be offered 10% of your possession, and they'll take your ass to prison. And Roman prison wasn't like incarceration over here in America, man. Right. Where you in there, bitch, you being rehabilitated. No, your ass was in that bitch until when you was in prison, your ass likely about to get put to death. You was just sitting in that bitch until it was time for your ass to get put to death, man. You see? A lot of those believers back then, which Polycarp was one of them who was martyred for that during that time of that church. He was the bishop of the church of Smyrna. You see, he was martyred. You know what I'm saying, for following Yahweh Shah, man. You see, so the churches that church was going through, and we see a lot of what they was going through, what we're about to go through, man. You see, but not bending the knee to Esau. Right. This beast system, you're gonna be cut off. They're gonna take away your way of making money, your way of, you know what I'm saying, where you can stay. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna be materially poor, but we're gonna be spiritually rich, man. Right. You know?
Polycarp, I was reading the chapter further down, Antipas, you know, right. He had that faith, he had that belief, you know. Like I said, these spiritual trials, like they say, they love their lives and they love not. Total temptation. Yeah. All right. All these things that's about to happen, we got to constantly endure. All right. That's why I say, wait upon me. Because the Lord, because Esau's getting ready to, like, the doors in these prisons. All right. He's going to persecute. Because the thing is, he's going to bring forth persecution of the nation of Israel. But he's definitely looking at the men out here signing and crying from the abomination. Right. He's looking for the elect. Esau knows about the elect. He knows about the ones that are on the highways and byways. He knows the ones that put your name on the board. He knows the threat.
You want to let the same spirits back in the ancient world. Still like
it's like in the spirit of Hebrew.
Yeah, that's right.
He understood prophecy. He was forging his he basically forged that character. He was king of the Jews. They were the Hasmonean dynasty. Aristobulus II and Quaintus II were battling one another. He basically started the Pharisees and Sadducees. Antipater was held to, I want to say, Antipater's second, if not and with him being that help or that basically sent his son up with the help of the Romans. His son up Herod that's how he became Herod the Great. He heard Messiah is being born. He tried to take him because he knew how important that spirit was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Esau Edom's gonna be in that same spirit now, bros. Don't think shit is sweet.
Yep.
Don't think shit is sweet, brothers.
Man.
Esau will come and see your ass and fuck your shit up. Then what you gonna do? Better have faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And why you got here, bro?
That's why it says the word in his mouth was spoken in blood, but words in his heart. Herod told those wise men, you know, hey, let them know so I can go and praise the Lord too. He's talking about Yahweh Shah.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna go back on 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then, like I said, the angel came to those wise men and told them, so they went party went along their way. They didn't come back to Herod.
Mhm.
What did that do? They brought him into a prison. What did that cause? For him to go around and slay all the young male babies.
Mhm.
You know. So, like I said, Esau always try to be smooth with his words to tell you like he's looking to help you or what have you. But overall, he's always looking to destroy you. That's his MO. Like Patak said, the priest Patak said, that's his MO. Nothing good comes from this man when he comes to bring forth his social, his help.
Oh, his treaties.
Yeah.
Oh, his business.
Right.
Yeah. That's why scripture say never trust thy enemy.
That's right.
Don't go crossing himself, take good heed. The only reason why he's trying to befriend you because he needs you.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a dangerous man. Man that's not satisfied. It's a dangerous human being, bro.
Yeah.
And they gonna do anything to get in somebody else's spot.
That's right. I had that, what you quoted.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Okay, like y'all, you ever seen the restoration videos that, an old ass product made out of metal, maybe a knife or whatever, that should be all rusty. They may be able to polish it and get it all the rust off it, but eventually it's gonna turn right back into that rusty knife or whatever it was that, because it's comprised of iron. Excuse me, it's comprised of a metal which is gonna oxidize. Okay? That's how Esau is. Eventually he's gonna show his horns. All right, it says, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see, so he wants to hide in, illusion. He wants to blur your vision. Like even with the Maccabean revolt, you had the descendants of Antiochus, feigning themselves as if they didn't want to, mean any harm, to Israel. And as soon as they got up in a position to take advantage, that's exactly what they did.
Right.
Okay. So that's why you got to identify who is your enemy, man. Okay, and know that look, he can humble himself. All right, but it says be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
That's right. That's precisely what Esau Edom is has done. These very Edomites thing, falling after our custom, Judaized by John Crane. Right? That's why Herod knew the custom because he grew up in that custom under our tutelage. And with the Romans, with the Edomites, they're kids. Right? The Macedonians. Right? Or the Greeks. Okay. Lineage still to this day is claimed to be chosen. People who Judaized people, right? They had their head and made the taboo. Really, the taboo is a combination of us and Esau Edom that ran that time of the taboo. That was formed by the Pharisees. What were they doing? They were basically writing laws or oral laws They bring their law laws to make you break down certain laws. That became the type you know?
Yep.
But Esau had his hand in that. Honor was Sadducees. Like Herod. That whole, you gotta think that's a whole base of the people.
Right.
Right? Bringing in all types of recipients. That were able to overthrow us eventually. Right? Lost our identity. Okay? And now they're ruling our state.
I can finish verse 12. It said, back 12 and 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Right. I haven't been letting this guy be our advisors, being a part of our nation. It really was our detriment. It's always been like that.
God.
Even till this present day.
Man.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
He'll sit beside us as always our cause. Case in point, civil rights movement, coupled with all these other movements until Esau took control of it. And
Yeah.
now I want for Black Lives Matter to get like that.
Man.
Trans Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Bro.
All right.
That's the infiltration.
Yep.
They went to tell me the Black Panthers go down there with guns.
Yep.
He left with jobs. He so know he being the pressure on his people. You see, offering some money.
Man.
They want to catch a shotgun. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, man, I start working money.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you suckers.
Right. Yeah. Damn.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He so know he knows what Jack did, man. Off of money, man. You know, he ain't so bad, man. You know, I can feed my family. You know, he's
Right.
there with Israel now.
Man.
Look at how Kyle took that hat off. Glasses on.
Man.
Yeah, like
Bro.
Spike Lee, you gotta Spike Lee spirit.
Flung that
In a
like
couple of years, when money get tight, he's gonna demonize him.
oh no. What's up?
He's gonna talk to both men alone.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years.
Went to that couch.
Yeah, I was tripping, man. I ain't that shit. The very articulate. He's a bullshit.
Yeah.
He's a pit.
Well, that's what happened with what was his name? Jethro from that dude went all the way off the rails. Like, you know what I mean? I was listening to that interview and all like, damn. Like
Right.
we used to kind of fuck with them a little bit. Like, yeah, they broke off from IUIC. You know, they teaching you how to shop because that was used to be their name. One body, how to shop. And then when that nigga went up there, what was that? 2023.
Yeah.
Talking about, yeah, I'm preaching Christ now, and Hitler was black and all this bullshit.
Hitler was black.
Right.
Oh, he was talking articulate when he over there when he preaching. He up there. Come
Like a
on,
country
yeah,
bucket.
country
Yeah.
bucket.
Oh, he's a computer. He said he's been in there for years. You know how much money he got? He was talking about he was going. They trying to make him a mayor. He was playing a caricature.
Playing the kid.
This whole fucking time.
The other cat, nah, he.
He's trying to cater to women, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Let's stay
Right.
just like the just like these church cookies, these new age pastors. Tell them nice things, how cute they are. And the man got to step up. But they need rich like this.
Right.
So when the money was presented, because they knew they took it.
Man.
They had them guns and left with y'all. So last nigga.
But in the end, with them, you know, doing it hand in hand, just hey, I'm gonna fall into a ditch. Like 30, 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I would have disdained to have sat with the dogs of my flock.
Right. It goes into younger than basically going into his knowledge. You older than somebody who has more knowledge than you. You're saying that somebody basically intelligent in straight. I would have this guy even like books because I know how he gets things. I know what he does. And see, that's you see, hey, down here in South, we can have local eyewitnesses. There's a lot of this huge misconception because images that's portrayed on TV. It's low level. They nasty. God. Yep. But it's a different way.
Yeah. Indian thing, you know, like there's an abundance of them in Jake, so-called the black, the southern kingdom. What is it, 15% of America? Oh, they be humping like rabbits. Come on.
Well, Esau's his birth rate's declining.
Man,
Big time. Right, you know what I'm saying? They can't keep Shalom. They can't keep their national at this rate. They can't keep their nationality running because in order to replace, you gotta have two babies because it takes two to make a baby, right? So if you just have one child, that ain't enough.
Yeah, they would be one top wrong.
Yep.
You know, I did have a precept. This is Sirach chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, "Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way, for so doeth the sinner that hath a double tongue." All right, going into them, other Israelite groups that, they might preach something similar to the truth. All right, but really, they end up changing the doctrine. All right, or they end up, just going off in general, renouncing the truth. That's why, Apostle Tahar, called them window shoppers, individuals that can't seem to find, like their footing in the truth. You know what I mean? That's the individuals that are sown on stony ground. All right, they spring up. All right, Matthew 13, they spring up, they sprout early, right? Because, they get that sunlight, they get that water, but they shrivel up and die because why? They don't have no foundation, man.
Right.
So you got to make Yahushua your sure foundation. That's why I say winnow not with every wind. You can't be going here and going there. All right, everything you see, you get what's it called? Like starstruck. You know what I mean? Like that simple-minded Jake that was doing that interview with Vocab Malone. All right, talking about, yeah, man, IUIC, they came to my house, man, and I was just seeing how they were flipping through those scriptures and they was getting this scripture and that scripture, and that's why I believed them. Damn, just because they can go through the sword and memorize some scriptures?
The precepts of man.
Yeah.
The Spirit is taught by the precepts. I got some. Ezekiel 33 and 30 and 30. Children of thy people sick, still talking against thee by these walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that comes forth from Yahweh. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they still, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
No. I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to 2/3 of our people, they're gonna side with Esau, man. Okay, Esau is always gonna be the wicked. He's always gonna be insatiable in his lust. All right, we have the ability to choose who we're gonna serve, the Most High or Mammon.
Right.
Okay, that's why the see him. We had that Jake Amathia, you know, maybe he wasn't a Jake, but you know, that dude that
Soft
came
talk.
up, yeah, you know what I mean, that came up asking about to see him, you know what I mean? He was asking about if the individuals that are teaching not to take it, if they're gonna be persecuted. You know what I mean? And I say, yeah, Khan, they're gonna be persecuted. You know? Like, are you so every individual has to find out or basically figure out in their mind, am I willing to be persecuted for Yahweh Shai?
Right.
Okay, that's why. Think about that. Comparative to how many people actually believe in the Lord versus people that don't, bro. Like 99% of Jake, I see them taking it. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna go hungry just to not? You know what I mean? Just because of what something that the Bible say.
Yeah.
When a majority of Jake don't believe in the Bible, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not willing to die for, you know, for anything really. Okay, so you're gonna go into survival mode, all right, and you're gonna be right in Esau's clutches.
Hey, that's like 2019, 2020. The threat to lose their job. They say, I got to go ahead and take this jabby jab, you know, with Jesus. So that's let you know when times get tough, Jake is gonna look for Esau's help. And Esau like they causing problems, but he's gonna look for solutions. Jake gonna look for solutions that Esau's gonna present it to him. That was just like say a prelude of what's to come with the sea here. And Jake is gonna take it because they don't want to let go of this fight.
Right.
Yep. That's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Most people are trying to better themselves on this world. So when they get desperate, they're going to allow certain things. People standing, it's going to increase.
Right.
Okay, people are going to make some very desperate decisions. They're not thinking about the will of the Lord. Right. Even people that know about this truth, it's like it's just a song. It's like, yeah, it sounds great. Sounds great.
Yeah.
That's like like you said when you're talking about he may have been the Jake that's asking. You know he's been listening to some because the sermon wasn't even talking about the chip, but he had that question about it.
Yeah.
You know, so you know he probably been listening.
Yeah.
So he had that question. You're like, I got a question, but like I said, but you can know, but it all comes down to that faith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knowledge isn't enough. You have to
Right.
apply. You have to apply the knowledge.
You just read.
Yep.
So it's a lovely song to a lot of people. Like, now when you get into this thing, you are called to change.
Yep.
That's the fight, changing, even on the intimate level with your relationship with the Lord. Those that had that relationship, those are going to be those that see that deliverance, man.
Right.
You know, then that, it's a certain way you have to conduct yourself to. That takes you going hard trying to change yourself. Right? Most people ain't willing to do that. They'll get into a camp. It's cool. I'm with my boy.
Right.
Not that relationship with Yahweh Shai not intimate. When they get in trouble, they're not really calling on the name. They call on Jesus.
Yeah.
At this point, it's an ambiguous deity that allows they're everything.
Right.
The unknown God.
Right.
You know. And
So it's a lovely song. People don't take it serious, especially with the other camps are pushing.
Right.
We come into times to where the things that we've been prophesying about to come to pass, brother. I don't think people understand what we're seeing right now. The Strait of Hormuz being closed, that's something important, bro. It's not smart. That's not light.
Right. Because if one or two ships come over here with the oil already on it, right? The more oil is coming over here. That's gonna be it.
yeah.
The price,
Shit, feeling.
Yeah.
the price of gas right now is $3.85, and it's going to increase. And in more affluent neighborhoods, they have food.
Yep.
But down in the country, still under $3.
Man.
And if I can add to that, Quan, the supply chain has not even been interrupted yet.
Nope.
As far as American shores, you know what I mean? Because they say, obviously the strategic oil reserves and everything. So since oil is priced globally, the price of gas immediately went up instantaneously.
Right.
Before the shortage even came.
Yep.
You know,
Because, and this brother, he can elaborate on it because of the petrodollar.
right? You know, so when the shortage actually hits, which they say Asia, because that's where the majority of the oil that flows through the strait goes to Asia,
Yep.
like India, like South Korea, like them that area,
There you go.
And they're already talking about even last week they were talking about rationing or alternating days where you can drive rationing electricity in like these Philippines, like these other smaller countries, you know. So, bro, and we did a side lesson last week on it's not just oil. Okay, you got like a lot of the obviously fertilizer, but like natural gas too. All right, like helium and stuff like that, that's used in medical equipment. A lot of, ingredients for plastics, okay, is, there's no access. It's not flowing to the areas that we get our stuff from.
Right.
Made in Vietnam, made in, Taiwan, made in Indonesia, Pakistan. Like those, what's the names? Those supply chains are getting disrupted, man.
Yep. And also, fertilizer being, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Fertilizer being affected too.
Yep.
A lot of fertilizer comes out of the area of the Strait of Hormuz. And with them closing that down, man, we're in a season where people are supposed to be planting right now.
Yeah.
So when the winter time comes around, all these crops that are planted around this time, but really nowadays, you saw plants year round. With these massive farming, if you will, tech farms, lack of a better time. You know what I'm saying? That fertilizer coming, that's how they're able to basically make just use the land that they have, that shit grow.
Yeah. Right. Because they don't give it a land Sabbath. They don't give it no rest.
Right. They need their fertilizer, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Farmers are already crying, going out of business.
Well, if I could add, I talked to a restaurant owner this week. They said a box of tomatoes from $30 a box to $72 a box.
Yep. A lot of people gonna stop going. A lot of people gonna stop going out to eat.
Yeah.
And you go to some places that's good. That's like good food, bro. You gonna pay $19 for a wrap. You laughing at a wrap, chips, and a probiotic soda.
Yeah.
Shit, damn near you already paying that shit.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bro, up, dog.
Yeah.
A lot of business about to go out.
Yeah.
A lot of people about to be, a lot of business about to go out. A lot of people about to be fired. Downsizing is about to happen.
Right.
Very quickly, brothers.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
But people hearing this, they're not taking heed.
Oh, that ain't coming over here. It'll get back better.
Yeah, we have a lot of people, a lot of them are women. They think, oh, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna get better.
Yeah.
He's right, but we don't know when the Lord will come back.
Right.
See,
That's what a lot of these people are pushing.
Right.
Yeah, but we can't worry about that too much.
Right.
Hey, the Lord got us at the end of the day. Okay, that's good. You had that faith, but bro, there's some way that you're supposed to be walking right now.
If I can say, I would say that that's why they don't see the effect that's happening, but it's happening now. As the priest mentioned about the tomatoes, the people that own these businesses, they're starting to feel the effect and see the price change.
Yep.
All right, it gets to a point as the prices continue to go up, they can't have the manpower as they used to have. That's why Esau said, "Hey, they're gonna bring forth AI on a lot of these things."
Yep.
But like these mom and pop stores are not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
And you need that the mom and pop stores. That's a big vital point of society. That's a big vital point of livelihood. That's just like taking away the middle class. So when we take away the middle class, that do what? That takes that bridge from the upper and the lower class. You take that bridge away, you leave what? You leave a disaster about to happen. And that's what we're about to see. When you have these people these owners, businesses, these different corporations that can't afford certain things or things that got so high for them, they gotta let you go. You got a downside.
Got downside. That's happening right now. I like these tech companies. the people who have money to spend, they're losing their jobs. What you think gonna happen to their favorite restaurant downtown?
Yeah.
It's gonna shut down because they ain't coming in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
Being funny, but this shit supposed to happen, bro.
Ain't no more date.
Fuck
Yeah,
out of
you
here.
got a girl living in Plano, you know, and you gonna find a chick right by your fucking your neighborhood.
Yes.
Yep. A lot of women gonna get desperate. A lot of women, their standards gonna decrease. Hey,
Yep.
thank you, baby. You have to get on your knees.
But I said 40, I said 55 now,
Figuratively,
down
I'm
to
talking
15.
about humility. I ain't talking about.
Lord, goddamn. Right, I got $15. 15, 1-5,
Right.
3-5.
Yeah, just real quick. This is from Yahoo Finance. We already know this already, but it said Elon Musk said that in 10 to 20 years, which is going to come sooner than that, in 10 to 20 years, work will be optional and money will be irrelevant thanks to AI and robotics.
So basically, you're gonna put us under communism. Stuff that you say that is wicked. Nigga, that's communism. Or that's slavery. You know.
Yep. He said,
You don't have to work, but if you want to work, you can. So shit, who gonna take care of me? I will.
take this type.
Yeah, I will. Stay in the city over here. You're a good guy. If you bad though, you know where you're going.
Right.
God. Yep.
Esau gonna have this place on Troll Locket. Digital currency is gonna be a part of that. There's places like Sweden that is majority cashless.
Yep.
They use digital currency over there. Sweden was one of the places that didn't close during COVID-19 too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's why the National Bank say Sweden. You know?
Yep. So that's his he's trying to fulfill that image, you know, he's trying to fulfill that NWO agenda, and he wants to basically turn people into quote unquote human vegetables. Like you just exist.
Like you can we just use you as game to basically, fed our pockets.
Yep.
In every aspect of your life, your preferences, your brand liking, your personality will be basically capitalized off of. That's why they say data is the new gold. That's why they're implanting all these various databases to basically store what you're doing, right? To store your likes, your dislikes, so that they can capitalize off of it.
Yep. Algorithm.
Right.
Right? And with that chip, they're gonna be able to control every aspect of your life.
Right.
They'll even be able to tell you if you've been eating too much sugar. Put you on a diet. They can't eat that no more.
Yep.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Every aspect of your life, they want to capitalize off.
Right.
Capitalize off of. Even water, even soda. That's something to say. Well, how can we just say that that's just free to everybody?
Yeah. Kind
Yes.
We need to start taxing even that too.
Right.
And damn, you just gonna take my water. A lot of these areas here in Texas, they got underground water. There's a law called rule of capture. Whoever just dig underneath there and get it first, basically, that's yours. So these big corporations coming in here, going to East Texas and drilling, trying to take the water that's underground. That water flows all the way to Dallas. Dallas is already having a shortage in water problems. This whole area.
Yeah.
Certain cities, they're not able to grow because their water plant is outdated. They can't take the growth.
Corpus
Like this place. Corpus Christi got hit by a database.
Man.
That database is sucking up all that water.
Damn.
On top of, guess what? An influx of people moving down there
Man.
because it's cheap and it's right by the beach.
Damn.
So places are getting hit.
Yeah.
But Esau's going to come along saying, you know what? Y'all can't just have this for free, man.
Right.
We're gonna start texting you guys. You'll be able to do that on a instant level. He'll know how much water you drunk. They're using these stations or these trains as a way to control where these people go.
Hold on. What it sounded like, bro? Still blinking. Still blinking. There you go. Okay, we good. All right, go ahead. Y'all got it. Yeah, y'all got it.
Yeah, they're gonna be utilize this new technology to control where people go. Right? They're autonomizing all these cars. Right? Oh, look, probably sounds just steer the car by Chicago shop.
Man, go
Nigga,
nigga.
stop.
Always come to this stop.
Yeah,
Say something. Yeah. Punk, trying to punk us. Yeah, say
What
something.
you say?
Trying to punk. Yeah, right.
That thing is able to go over 5 miles per hour. We all in trouble.
Right.
I ain't maybe going to work tomorrow, man. GMS get ran by AI. What's the deal? Your vocab gonna be stuck on us and shit.
Man, that nigga ain't got nothing to say.
Man, leave that nigga alone. I don't want no smoke from that nigga. He is a demon. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they gonna control us with that technology.
Right.
Right? You already see it happening. People are not gonna be used anymore.
Yep.
Drones are making drop-offs.
Yep, delivery.
Delivery is about to be obsolete.
Yep.
Better get these cars going. It's over.
Man.
They show you that movie Logan. It's like predicated like going forth showing the future,
Oh yeah.
and all the 18-wheelers or the rigs, everything was just automated.
Yep.
It was AI. It wasn't nobody driving really vehicles or anything. There was very few that drove around themselves, but everything especially the supplies were moving around with automated 18-wheelers and things like that. So that's what he saw was looking to do. Like I said, he showed what he want his future to be through his movement.
Yep. He's trying to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's not deploying humanoid robots to work for nothing, bro. Jake about to get in place. Now at around this time, you got people set warehouses supposedly on fire. Man, with just so bad, he just set on fire, put it on camera.
One nigga up in the Midwest burned down a tissue factory.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was just able to go and just set them on fire like you ain't got no.
He was by himself? No,
Yeah, he ain't got no sprinkler system. You didn't see him. Now, if he just used the paper towel, then what would the supervisor seeing that? Somebody should be able to. So somebody as big as that was, everybody's being watched, but we all don't work in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just by himself in a
no security guard looking at the camera.
in a $2 billion revenue, if I don't know, monthly factory by himself. He was just sitting there. Yeah, I'm tired of y'all.
Man.
I got payroll. Yeah, I got payroll. They would burn it down. Now watch that place go AI. That was just an incentive for them to do that shit. Fostering up a lot to basically speed up the process. lot of people about to be out again, crying and ceasing in Babylon the Great.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. That's all.
Yeah.
This back in that Ezekiel 33 and verse 33, it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
That's right.
It's backing up with everything the elder is saying, man. Jake think people walking by taking it for as a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't think it's gonna happen. Like the brother read earlier, Elon Musk talking about 20 to 30 years from now. Like the brother said, no, nigga, that's just something to give people the mindset. Okay, it ain't gonna happen right now. When really, nigga, this happening right now.
Right.
Like that nigga, but more and more AI bots are being put into these warehouses. More and more AI is being implemented in these blue collar, white collar industries, man. You see, and real soon you people ain't gonna have shit. You ain't gonna have nothing, and that's exactly what Esau wants your ass, man. Esau wants you to the point to where your ass you don't know what to do. You don't know which way to turn. You see, and when he do that, he got your ass, man.
Yeah, I was looking up. There's a credit card that tracks your carbon footprint.
Yep.
Called Duconomy, partnered with MasterCard. They came out with that shit in 2019.
Yeah.
7 years ago. So a lot of this stuff, they've been came out with it. You know, it takes time for things to become popular.
Right.
You know.
And even when people use that thing called Flutter,
Yeah.
it has on there.
Oh yeah.
They use something. What is it?
Klarna is payments. It's like a finance system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it shows how much carbon that CO2 you be using just by catching flights and flights. I see that shit. I'm like, oh man, they already like they're tallying it up.
Yeah.
The people that use that site, they already, like you said, they already been on it.
Right. Look at the credit card. Credit card started in like the 1940s or 50s, you know, but it really became into effect for all of society in America, like what, the 80s going to the 90s. And you know, you had a lot of people that was basically saying, nah, we don't want that, you know. But look at it now. Now you have an abundance. People can have credit cards, they don't barely have money in their pocket. What was that some years ago? You had what? You had a credit card that you didn't have a chip in it. You were doing a lot of swiping, and what? That transition that everybody had to have that little chip in their card.
Yeah. EMV.
Yep.
It's the same technology that's going to be in the CHIP.
Yep.
NFC, which is near field communication, the tap to pay.
Mm-hmm.
We got it in the phones and all the cards.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But Esau want to put that technology in you.
Exactly.
Okay. Implantable technology. So you got wearable technology, even that, like the Apple Watch shit, like that's wearable technology. The Meta glasses, that's wearable technology. And then you have the next level of it is implantable technology.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's getting closer and closer to that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're gonna stick it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Pulling out your card, putting it in your hand to wearable. Now you don't have to wear it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to charge it. It's, you know, it's gonna be a part of it.
Right.
And it says Klarna features an app CO2 emissions tracker that provides customers with the estimated carbon footprint data from their purchases covering over 225 billion products.
Yeah.
So it's just when you use that to get a discount, they cracking your ass, man. Like, what you spending on this, what you buying on that, you know?
Yeah.
It's already in play, man. Now it's the little small screen to be cut. So when they do another shutdown, they already ready for the CHIP.
Yeah.
They're go use the cryptocurrency. What is it? They use the blockchain. It's already here, man. That's why they invented that shit, man. People ain't they nobody about to say don't be ignorant of Satan devices.
Right.
You know?
Like Ethereum, that's a blockchain.
That's right.
Still reigning supreme.
That's right.
Still reigning supreme.
Yeah. I remember me and Ariella, we went to an AI blockchain and Internet of Things convention back in 2017.
Yep. I do that too.
Out in the Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was back when it was like still on some sci-fi shit like AI. Like I was like, damn, I thought that shit was fake. You know that movie Artificial Intelligence from like the early 2000s?
Yep.
That's my version of AI, but no, this shit's like, now we got AI in our phones now.
Talking to it. People talk to AI every day.
All right.
They get anxiety if they don't talk to AI. Tell people God, they know everything about themselves.
Man.
Esau, I should say, Esau knows everything about them.
Yep. That's why the data centers are so important, because
It's gold.
in order to have the data on you that's required to set up this system that he wants to set up, it requires vast amount of storage, of memory, like information on you.
Yeah.
That's why I say data is the new oil. You know, it's the new gold. If you have data on somebody, if you know their preferences, if you can predict, if you have so much data on somebody, you can basically predict what they're going to do before they even do it,
Right.
based off of their habits, right? Like, you open up your phone, like I got an iPhone, you open up your phone, and like, when I used to go to boxing, the boxing gym, like the shit already got it pulled up on my phone. Like, I just open up maps and it knows, like, normally around this time I go to the gym,
Yeah.
and it'll have suggested, like, just based off of your habits. So everything you're doing on your phone and all, like, brothers going into your purchases and stuff, that shit's being tracked. But what he wants is to combine all of that information that belongs to this company over here. You may have some information on your Google account. You may have some information on your Apple. You want to combine all of that shit, your blood type, your medical records, everything into one system. All right, so where basically you just log into a computer and just you got all the information on every individual.
Yeah.
You're able to capitalize off their desires and wants. What you into.
Yeah.
But Ben Carson, that's one of the reasons president. He was like back then when he was running for president, he was telling you that that's what he wanted to see happen. But that then you were something happened to you, and if you got to get rushed to the hospital and you like incoherent and you can't respond, they can scan you, can tell all the history and things like that. They've been talking about that for 8+ years, longer than 8 years. And that's what he's looking to do. That's why, like, the Revelation 13 goes into, I said, he deceived us all with those miracles.
Yep.
A lot of that is what, boy? Those miracles, they go into what? That's his technology. Goes into what his weaponry, and also these amazing things what he do with your phone and all the things that you see now. You can't. If not, somebody told you this in 1980 how this would be, you're like, come on now, this is far fetched. But now look at it now.
Yeah.
You got where you go to work every day, you go the same route. You have like certain licenses, they can record your routes.
Yeah.
So they know exactly when you go to work, exactly where you're gonna go. It records all that.
You start doing that, people are a creature of habit.
Yeah.
People never switch up their route. It's easier to get a person like that, but they never switch it up.
I got some. It's Revelation chapter 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so what's again that image of the beast being that MWO? Right? He's gonna make it seem like the future is not gonna be dystopia.
Right.
He's gonna make it seem like it's gonna be a utopia, and basically encourage you to buy in, which is desperately just Satan trying to get you to invest, sell your soul. You know what I mean? For a Happy Meal and a couple of toys,
Right.
like Kanye said.
Yeah.
Which of course is never worth it, man.
We live in a life of indulgence.
Right.
Yeah, actually today everything will be diluted and make it feel good. But you'll be dead. So Plugging in the virtual reality and shit.
Yep.
Like that cartoon nigga from Beyond the Reset.
Mhm.
That nigga just got to the point. This nigga was just sitting on the fucking bed through. That nigga like, man, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And it, bro, that's the life that's getting ready to take place. This is what this nigga is about to.
Concentration camp.
Yeah, he was. Yep. Right. This is what this man is getting ready to do, man. While people walking around and thinking shit a joke and eating and resting, you know what I'm saying? Trying to build, bullshitting. This man he's literally making plans to put your ass in the type of captivity that has never been seen before on the planet Earth, man.
Yep.
So what, like the elder said, you measured everything that you do is measured. Yeah, right. Mexico right now is talking about going. They trying to do away with cash.
Yeah.
Now, right now, they say they want to make that shit mandatory towards the end. Like you can't do shit without no cash,
No gas. Can't get gas and
Right.
cash. Yep.
no toll. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Going straight digital.
Right. It ain't gonna stop there. It's going soon as once they start, it ain't gonna stop until everything is cashless.
That's what Mexico looks at put into office to help perform these things. You know, with a small hat.
Yep.
And those Jakes over there realizing that, and they called her out. I forgot what they put up on the door or something, but they let her know that she was, you know, a small hat.
Yeah. Did she announce what currency they're gonna use? I heard somebody say that they was talking about the Straight Out News instead of accepting the yuan, they talking about Bitcoin. I don't know if there's any validity to it, but I know I'm just curious to see if those who have faith in the Bitcoin, they might be a good one.
Yeah.
And cryptocurrency is the future. A lot of people invest in stuff. They were like just head over their time. You know?
Yeah,
a lot of stuff gonna be relevant in the near future, dog. That's a whole nation that's south of us that went straight digital. You don't think you ain't able to use Bitcoin?
Right.
Think about that. So
I had another one.
okay, don't worry.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case." All right, and we've been bringing out this scripture more and more recently, man, because people have been enjoying, quote unquote, the new normal since CVID, when things, quote unquote, went back to normal. You know, interest rates kind of went, well, they started showing a sign of going back down. Okay, and now with this what's the name, war over there in Iran, that shit went right back up. Okay, so financially, it's only going to continue to get worse. And you know, it's crazy. Like in the beginning of this year, remember we were saying like it's only going to get worse. Like, shit, like basically, like, even last year, like towards the last year, I remember saying like we basically headed into a recession. We were already in a recession. Now they're talking about, yeah, man, if things keep going, we're going to be in a we are already in a recession.
That happened.
Yeah.
It's about to be a depression.
Yeah.
But food insecurity is about to increase. Now they're trying to say that on regular news stations. Man. Food insecurity is about to increase, brother. A lot of people about to be fucking happy. Right. Don't know it.
Yep. Don't know it.
Need some bean bread and Kool-Aid. Out of there. That's all I had.
Oh, shoot. What you reading?
Oh, 2nd Ezra 16. I can read again.
Yeah, you read 22.
Okay. 2nd Ezra 16. I'll read verse 21 again. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case."
Right. Visual is food.
Right.
So food is still affordable right now, so people ain't really tripping like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, essentially what that precept is saying, loosely paraphrasing. But we're coming at a time to where food insecurity is going to increase. The gas prices that you see at the pump is going to trickle down. Not only is the gas prices are increasing, inflation is increasing. The strength of the American dollar is waning because that gas over there is traded in petrol dollar. Now you want yet?
No, okay. I thought when they
Straight how good. No, they were saying that they were going to accept. That's what I was saying. They were going to accept cryptocurrency now. I don't know if the one thing is still set in place, but that's a major cover up, man. That's what artificially makes the American dollar the reserve currency because people buy and sell oil. The Saudis and all that, but all that over there is shut down. West Asia is shut down, bro. This is going to be a trickle down effect to us.
Out there in Madagascar on April 7th, they got a 15-day shutdown due to the fuel shortage.
Yep.
It's global. It's not local. It's global. Everywhere.
Yeah. And it's things are shut down in Asia right now.
global
Shut down, bro. Everything is getting put on pause. Jet fuel is about to be obsolete. Flying and stuff like that is done.
Right. Yeah.
Money for that.
The trips is over.
They put the plug on it already. You should have known they put the plug on it when they stopped paying TSA.
Man.
They put the plug on it. They said, "Oh, the damn Democrats shut it down." That was a mutual agreement. That look, if this war happens, close this shit. This is going to pass.
It makes sense. Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
because ICE still getting paid. That's part of Homeland Security. But TSA ain't getting paid.
Right.
You know?
So booking all these flights, stuff like that, it's gonna be obsolete. They just like, you know what, we might well shut this bitch down.
Yep.
It's my extrapolation. I could be daily off.
Book now, goddamn, I'll take that.
Damn, already?
Shit, you got
Okay.
Finish this.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is finishing off 2 Ezra 16. All right, it says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So let us know right there, man. We at the end of this man's kingdom, man. All of the things that Jake has been enjoying, in these recent years and decades, you know what I mean? The 90s, the early 2000s, you know what I mean? That shit's over with, man. You better get in more of a militant spirit of fearing of the Lord and serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh, because that's going to be all we're going to have in that time, man.
right.
And then guess what? If you don't got that foundation, you're going to be super through in that day.
Right. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Yahweh Shai,
double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.